Why are hyenas more dangerous than you think? You know about the most dangerous animals in all the corners of the world. Grizzly bears, tigers, lions. But why do we fixate on only the largest animals? And why do lions garner all the fear in the continent of Africa? Why not hyenas? If you don't have a healthy fear of hyenas, then you don't know the truth about them. Because there are a few reasons why hyenas can make the case for being the most lethal. What is it about hyenas that no other animal can compare to? And why are hyenas more dangerous than you think? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It may or may not protect you from the dangers of hyenas, but it will definitely give you all the updates you need. What is a hyena? Before we dive into the specifics of why this particular animal is an absolute nightmare, let's touch on the basics. Because looking at a hyena, some have initial questions of, what is it? Is it a dog? Is it a cat? Though hyenas share some similarities to both, it's actually neither. Just like Felidae is the family that includes all the cats, or felines of the world, Hyenidae is the family that includes all hyenas. There are 4 living species of hyena: the aardwolf, the brown hyena, the striped hyena, and the one that everyone is most familiar with, the spotted hyena. Hyenas are widespread throughout Africa, not just in the fact that they inhabit dozens of countries south of the Sahara Desert, but also because they are the most common large carnivore on the entire continent. You can find them as far west as Senegal, as far east as Somalia, as far south as South Africa, and in so many places in between. This predator is everywhere. The spotted hyena has a unique build, seeing as how it has an extremely strong and well-developed neck and forequarters, but a little more underdeveloped hindquarters. Hyenas possess so much power in the front portion of their body, including their stout, blunt claws on their paws. They're not as big as the lion, but they're by no means small. Standing about 3 feet tall at the shoulder, roughly 5.5 feet long, and they will typically weigh around 150 pounds, but plenty of them exceed even 180 pounds. The spotted hyena is a large animal, one of the largest predators in Africa, but he's notably not as large as the lion. With his size comes great strength, but of course he's not as strong as the lion. He's a fast predator, though he can't hit the same top speeds as the lion. With all this being said, doesn't it seem like the hyena squarely sets himself as the second most dangerous predator in all of Africa? But when we're talking about hyenas, we're talking about numbers. Hyenas play the numbers game in a few different ways, and they play it to an extreme advantage, and that advantage makes them lethal. The mouth. If we want to look at the numbers and find a distinct advantage the spotted hyena has over other animals, then we need to zero in on some specifics. The mouth. The mouth of the hyena is about as dangerous as it can get. Sure, a lion's mouth is larger, and you don't want to get anywhere near it, but to other predators and large animals, they may be more fearful of the hyena mouth if they knew the numbers. Bite force. Every animal has a maximum force with which they can bite. Humans have a bite force of 160 pounds per square inch, or 160 psi. For a lion, it's 650 psi. Much higher, right? Take a cougar. Their bite force is 750 psi. How about a black bear? 800 psi. A chomp from any of these animals would hurt, but they are nothing compared to the bite of a spotted hyena, with a bite force of 1140 psi. This is one of the top 15 strongest bites in the entire animal kingdom, and it's the strongest bite of all land predators in Africa. That bite is so strong that it can crush bone and barbed wire. They aren't just bone crushers, they're also bone eaters and bone digesters. Their teeth are so strong and their system is so advanced that they will just eat and digest nearly every portion of their meal. Meat, bones, skin, hooves, whatever. Hyenas make the most efficient use of animal matter of all of Africa's predators. The development and arrangement of a hyena's teeth are similar to that of a canid's teeth, but they're more specialized for crushing bones and consuming coarse food. The upper carnassials are powerful and are shifted farther back so that when they press down, they are closer to the point of exertion of peak pressure from the jaws. This positioning allows far superior strength versus bears, canids like wolves, or our African feline, the lion. The canines are thick and robust, and other teeth in the mouth are powerful with broad bases and cutting edges. All of these things work together in tandem to inflict serious damage. In fact, there have been stories told of people hunting hyenas with hunting dogs, and the hyenas have fought back and bitten the dogs' necks. And without even breaking the skin, they've killed them. That is sheer power from the jaws. Only a small number of animals in the world have a stronger bite than the spotted hyena, and they're all far larger. The hyena is known for an immensely strong bite with relativity to his size. That's one of the number games the hyena dominates, but there are others. Intelligence and strategy. Spotted hyenas live in a large group called a clan. You know of a wolf pack, maybe 6 to 8 individuals in there on average. You know of a pride of lions, maybe somewhere between 10 and 14 total members. Group sizes for different animals vary from species to species, and there is something about the spotted hyena clan that beats all the other groups. On average, spotted hyenas have the highest number of individuals in a group of any animal in the world. 80 hyenas in a clan is nothing. They can even have up to 130 members. It could be 50 adult females, 40 adult males, and 40 offspring. That's why a clan of hyenas is so dangerous, because they have staggering numbers. And the way they organize their clan hierarchy is quite different. You may know that male lions will form coalitions and take over a pride, making themselves the leader, and the alpha male is the largest, strongest one. Quite different with hyenas. They live in a matrilineal society with an alpha female, and they have a strict linear dominance hierarchy. You have the alpha female on top, then all of her young, then all other females with their young. Below to the lowest ranking native clan member comes the highest ranking immigrant male. This is because once male hyenas are about 3.5 years old, they leave their clan and find a new one as an adult. It doesn't matter what their ranking was in their last clan, it doesn't matter their size and strength. When they enter a new clan, they start at the bottom. The clan will be run by the alpha female and her allies, forming their own coalition. But if their coalition weakens, they may be overthrown by another, stronger coalition of females within the clan. Females almost never leave the clan that they are born into. The clan operates as an efficient unit in these ways. When you think of highly intelligent animals, you probably think of chimps. The individual chimpanzee is more intelligent than the individual hyena in many respects, but the area in which hyenas excel past most animals, including chimps, is in cooperative problem solving. When put to a task that requires teamwork, hyenas excel at problem solving while working together. If you were already scared of the group of over 100 hyenas that can solve complex problems together, then you'll only be more terrified when you learn that they coordinate advanced hunting techniques as well. Hyenas as predators. Hyenas can be scavengers at times. Hey, if you've got over 100 mouths to feed, you won't turn down a carcass laying there for the taking. But they're excellent hunters as well, coordinating advanced attacks. They may split into smaller groups or may take their enormous numbers out on one mission. Hyenas may target larger animals like wildebeest, zebras, and buffalo, just like the much larger lions, but they can still take these animals down despite their size, using their excellent strategies. Sometimes they'll even go for larger animals like giraffes. Hyenas aren't going to ambush like a lion. Lions will get as close as they can and then burst out of the gate, hitting 50 miles per hour in a chase, but not being able to sustain that speed for too long. No, hyenas can still hit 40 miles per hour, but there is something special about them. The spotted hyena's heart is large, consisting of 1% of its total body weight. It's a strong heart, providing them the ability of extreme endurance, being able to sustain high speeds for long distances. Prey getting chased by lions only have to outrun them for a little while. If it's a hyena chasing, they have to run much longer. But they also aren't just outrunning one hyena or 5 or 10, it might be dozens. Dozens of them flanking from different directions, not only sending the prey on a long chase, but also constantly changing directions, expending energy until the hyenas see the prey as tired, and then they pounce on it together, taking it down and giving devastating blows with those powerful jaws. These details come into play when battling with other predators, especially lions. The lions are much larger, but the hyena's clan size far exceeds that of the lion pride. Hyenas and lions compete over territory and food, so they're constantly battling with one another. Hyenas use vocalizations and certain posturing to communicate with one another, not just for hunting, but also when battling other predators. That's when the problem solving can come into play, figuring out the best way to attack their larger rivals. And don't be too surprised if a clan of hyenas runs off a pride of lions, or even defeats them. It happens more often than you may think. If the overwhelming number of hyenas pin down a lion, it's as good as done. Those strong jaws don't leave a sliver of hope. The truth about hyenas. So, what is the truth about hyenas? What is the truth about the dangers you may face in Africa? The truth is, the scariest predator you could see, if alone, is the lion. The spotted hyena may rank at number 2. However, that's not how you ever see these animals. When you see a pride of 10 lions, that's common, and that's downright terrifying. But what is nightmare fuel is when you see a hyena in its natural state, in its clan of over 100 members. There's no group of animals bigger than that of the spotted hyena. They're large predators that roll in devastatingly large groups. With hearts that consist of 1% of their body weight, their endurance is incredible. And with a bite force of 1140 psi, they have one of the top 15 strongest bites on the planet. We told you, hyenas play the numbers game very well. Those numbers are shocking. Their bite is almost as strong as that of the far larger grizzly bear. They're not just strong biters with endurance running in a group of many. They're so intelligent and excellent with teamwork. It's less about the intelligence and ability of the individual and more about what the group can do together. If a group of hyenas can outperform a group of chimps when it comes to cooperative problem solving, then you should be horrified of their intelligence. Maybe not so much you specifically, but all you zebras, all you wildebeest, yes, even you giraffes, and yes, even you lions. Watch out. The hyena is a highly dangerous animal, and you could make a case that a clan of hyenas may be the most dangerous thing that could be encountered.